Hello, hello, hello. It is Sunday afternoon, 1:55, and I am here for day 14 and 15 of the 100-day project. Really struggled with the prospect of this one because I've actually crafted my way out of the mess on my desk. So I don't have a whole lot to work with. And I haven't really been doing the other crafting stuff, working on the journal. But what I have been doing is I'm in a group on Facebook, and I have a request from 3 or 4 different people wishing for butterfly die cuts. And I'm like, okay, no problem. And it was like a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, but I got to wait till the 1st so that I have money to send it out. So I'm like, oh, last night, I'm like, oh, it's after the 1st. I should probably get started on that, right? So I have this stack of, cardstock and decorative paper that I'm working my way through creating, cutting out these butterflies. And what it's done is it's created a mess, as always. If you've seen my previous videos where I've done mass die cutting, you'll know that it makes a mess because I just typically, I try to sweep stuff off into my hand, but a lot of it ends up in my lap, and then it ends up in my chair, and I just sweep it off. So a lot of debris, or grits, as Miss E calls it, end up on the floor at my feet in a pile. And late last night, I was sitting here thinking, okay, I've got to do that video tomorrow. I've got to get my 100-day projects done. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, oh yeah, look at all the grits that I end up with from die cutting. So instead of scooping them off into my hand and throwing them into the garbage, we're going to use them on this project. Am I crazy? Absolutely. Absolutely. I am crazy. So we're going to start first with covering these. I also have not done pockets in a while, so I'm going to do pockets this week rather than tags. I'm like, what are they called? Brain. Rather than tags. I am going to also go ahead and just get my Fabri-Tac out and ready, because ultimately it's the glue that I'm going to need anyway. And because I'm doing pockets, I also do not need to back these. Because this isn't going to be writing surface, right? Because it's going to be a pocket. Get that in place. Okay, I'm going to glue this one. This video should be fairly short. We'll see. Having some difficulty here because I'm hitting like every little bump, every little groove, every lump and bump. But yeah, as I noticed from that pile of paper. I have a lot more die cutting to do, and it takes a lot. It's physically taxing for me to use my Sizzix anymore. It's really hard on my hand. It's hard on my arms. If I'm not careful, like if I don't pay attention to like how I'm sitting when I'm using it, it actually can even affect my back. So I do have to be cognizant of that. And rather than cut this off and create more scrap, I'm just going to put a line of glue and we're just going to hold this over. Okay, so now I have 2 covered pieces, right? That piece didn't get covered as well as I would have liked, but that's okay because this is going to be kind of a crazy looking set of pockets. And again, the only reason that they're being done as a set is because, like I said on my last video, I kind of intentionally didn't do this project yesterday. So rather than doing them 2 at a time because, you know, whatever, whatever got in my way or time getting away from me or what, you know, this time around, it was a planned thing. So some of these are upside down. Some of them are right side up. I'm not worrying about that because I want it to be, let's get some of these little ones over here though. It's going to be just crazy. And I want it to be that way. Okay. There's my cut from the knife the other day. Really hurts. Okay, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some glue. I'm going to put a lot of glue on here. Okay. And then I'm going to get my little silicone spatula and I'm going to spread this all around. So I want it to be a solid sheet of glue, not little, you know, swirls. Ready? This is my plan. This is my thought process. And I'm not even going to turn this over yet because I want to do both of them first. So let's get these in there. I feel a little mad scientisty. Like I've lost my mind. Now, believe it or not, when I was thinking about this last night, my plan was to put glue on these and literally put them upside down on my floor and just pick up what's, you know, on the floor at my feet. I was like, oh, my craft room is carpeted. That might not be a good idea. Because I'm going to pick, you know, I'm going to pick up all kinds of stuff, you know, besides the little cuts, right? Carpet, pieces of carpet. Okay. I'm just going to kind of move this around just in case there's any spots of glue that didn't get covered with something. Okay. look how much of that is gone now. And of course, I'm going to have to clean my mat because, some of the glue seeps through before it sticks to stuff. So as you can see, like some of the paper is actually sticking to the mat, and that's because there's glue on it. Okay. And this I'm going to throw away. If I can get it off my mat and into my hand. Okay, glue down here. This is why I ordered the silicone mat for my crafting table. So when I get a wild hair and I do projects like this, the glue should just peel right off. I shouldn't have to scrape it and all that good fun stuff. Get me. There we go. I'll deal with the rest of that later. Just had a big old clump stuck there. Okay. Close this up for now. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and trim. This feels crazy on my hands. Just going to throw that out there. It feels very strange. And then we'll see what we're going to add to this, because this feels, to me, the concept of this is pointing at birds for me, because, birds pick up little pieces of things to put in their nests. Little pieces of paper, little strings, little pieces of fabric, whatever. That's what, so it's kind of where my brain is at. Is there anything else going to come off of here? Okay. Oh, looks like everything's pretty adhered on there. Oops. And as soon as I turn it over, something falls off. So there's that one, and there's that one. Kind of crazy. Very, very crazy. Okay. My goodness. Every time. I didn't think to fill my water. But let's put in a lozenge for now. Like I said, this is going to be should be a short video. So. Taking for my hole puncher over here. Or not my hole punch, my circle punch, but it's what I use to create thumb pulls. I was wondering if it's going to let me do them both, but nope. So again, it's just creating a little notch there at the top of the pocket. And I just want to do that to get it done and out of the way. It's funny because anybody that's ever worked with these kinds of punches also knows you end up wearing a lot of it. Same with die cuts. You end up wearing a lot of stuff. I'm gonna bring my bird folder back out. And I want a fairly bright bird on here. because, you know, I want it to stand out. Like I wouldn't want to go like this color because it's going to blend in, right? So I want to stick in the really bright, the blues, purples, bright yellows. I definitely need to get these into a different a different holder. Okay, a little too big. So I think these guys are all too little. I'm a little bigger than that. Okay, so that brings me to my back piece. My back section here. Okay, let's start with this pile. Yeah, see what I'm saying about it? It just blends in. These guys are too tall. Those are still sticky. So I do have to be careful because it's wanting to hold it. I don't mind that one. Too tall. Oh, they're supposed to go that way. Too tall. I do kind of like the idea of this one because it's got a little nest on it, you know, and it goes with my thought process there of birds collecting stuff for their nests. Mm-hmm. Blends in too much. I do like the idea of something going across, though. You know, just so I don't have to worry about too much about what other decorations are going on there. Yeah, that was the width of the book that these came out of. Okay, these were the yellows and the browns. I'm not completely sold on this because then I got to figure out what I'm going to put right here. Because, you know, it's got the cutout. Stuff still coming off. Let's What's in this next section of big stuff? I think these are more tall than wide, but we'll pull them out and take a look. And then we'll go up and look in the blues. Okay. So definitely too tall. 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 Mm-hmm. Nope, I'd have to cut his feet off. Tall, tall. Blendy. Eagle with his nest. Okay, kind of like that. I like that better. I don't even want to look at my blues. They're all really just kind of like single birds. Not really like scenes per se. Those are barking at. Get all your guys' faces and tails down. Like that. On there. Like this on here. Turn that off. Mm-hmm. I'm like, label. But guess where my labels are? They're actually put away, which means they're not within reach. Within the sun? Should I go this way? I'm gonna go on here. Let's put There's a book page behind them. I'd want a bigger piece of book page. I would, but I don't have it. That was close. Cut my straw and almost dumped my cup over. I mean, not that there's a lot of water left in it, but still. I'm like scanning my desk. What can I put? I think I like it better over there anyway. I do have this little bit. This was in one of the music books that I just picked up at an auction. And it's a little handwritten poem, but I don't think I want to. I'd want the whole poem. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Do have this full one. This is hard to work with. Hard to work around. Not clocks. I don't think I have any big enough. I'd want it to be like take up the majority of the space there. So these were printed on sticker paper, but as you can see, my Cricut wasn't completely lined up when it cut them out. Those are Tina Shabby Dabby Doo Dah clocks. I feel like I'm grasping. and trying to make things work that are not necessarily gonna work. But again, this is about using what's on my desk every single day, trying, well, quote unquote, every single day. Not necessarily about having a finished product every day. I need to keep reminding myself of that because I keep getting stuck in that that line of thinking that it's not done. That's not my goal. My goal is not to finish project every day. My goal is to clean my desk off every single day. These are really, really thin pages, so they're kind of hard to ink up. Like, do I want to cut the space out between his feet? I think I'm going to leave it. And because I'm gluing on a not solid, not flat surface, I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for this as well. Get that air bubble. Lined up with that corner down there. Ow! I just got silicone glue in my cut. Ow! Ouchie, mama. Ay, ouchie. Okay, it's just gonna have to be in there. I can't get it off. Ah, that hurt. If you've never done that before, I don't recommend it. It's like rubbing your eyes after touching hot peppers, Let me get that finger away from the glue. Let's let the right hand do the job that the left hand normally does, because I'm left-handed. It's very odd for me to do most things right-handed. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That hurt a lot. It's still burning because it's not dry yet. And normally I would just rub it off, but it hurts. The finger hurts from the cuts. Okay, so I'm going to call these two done. And when I go to use them, I will decorate them further, especially like right here. I feel like it needs something. saying about hummingbirds is what is in my mind there. These little scrappies. Guess what we're going to do with them? We're going to throw them away. We're going to throw them away so that they're no longer on my desk. How is that for a novel approach? Crazy, huh? All right, so let me take the picture of these real quick. Oh, I have so much glue on my hands, my phone's not recognizing my fingers. There we go. Take the picture for the thumbnail. Actually, it should go this way for the thumbnail, otherwise they don't fit. I'll go both ways just in case. Anyway, so there's day 14 and 15. And just, I did some more of these tape collage strips, just using more of the paper that I have out for again, what's it called? Steampunk. On the back of packing tape. But I did finish off the roll of that packing tape, which was the reason I started with that one when I was doing that little crafting project. All right. So there we are, 14 and 15. Thanks for tuning in, and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm dropping more videos. Bye.